Ah, yeah. Okay. Nice one. This is beautiful color. Crawl, we get something. Jeez. 2, 3. Nice, sir. Thank you. All right. We're back in business today on Portage Lake. This is July 4th. Yesterday was July 3rd. I caught a couple nice fish here in the evening. I could not believe I caught as many as I did given how much boat traffic and fireworks were being launched. But I caught them. I caught them pretty good too. Back out here fishing, you know, the weed edge with my standard wacky rinked bait. Oh, there's one. So in this clear water, you really want to go with a natural color. There's a lot of bycatch in this water. We caught here a little rock bass. Love them. Fun. They really peck at it. Nice little fish. Fat. Instead of my standard thumping dinger, or excuse me, my standard dinger, I'm using just a, you know, green pumpkin with black flake. Very natural. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much. Very natural presentation. Again, this water's pretty clear and I want to make sure the fish think that my bait is natural. Caught a smallmouth yesterday. I think I talked to the ranger at the parking station. And he said there was a big tournament that happened. They released 500 fish right at the boat ramp, which is right over that direction. So that might have been why I caught a smallmouth. But, you know, really amazing fishery. I'm surprised the fish are as active as they are, given all the traffic. I'm probably in about, is that a fit? No, it's not. I'm in about, 5 feet of water, casting out to about 8 foot of water. Pretty dense vegetation. I'm just search casting, waiting to feel something tick my line. Let's go get them. What? Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had one. He swam off with it. Boy, I hope I didn't gut hook this guy. He swam straight towards me. Yep. Okay. Okay, it looks like they're a little shallower than I thought. Okay. Yep, pretty deep. Pretty deep. Okay, let's see. Here. Yep. Okay, yep. There you go. Let's clean them off a little bit. So when you gut hook a fish, guys, take your pliers, go in through the gill plate, rotate the hook such that it's sticking straight towards you. And then you pull it straight out. That's what I did right there on that fish. It's a little bit of blood, but not too bad. Sorry, Mr. Fish, I did not feel you strike. I have to say, I really like fishing the wacky rig. It lets you dance the worm right in front of the bass. Sometimes if the weeds are thick enough, you want to use a Texas rig to present that worm, but the action isn't as good. So I fish wacky majority of my time if I'm fishing a worm. And I find that it's pretty weedless, believe it or not. That one. Yeah, okay. I think I hooked that one a little bit better. Okay, nice. I did say these fish fight pretty good for their size. Okay. Come here, sir. Nice fish. Okay, all right. Okay, that's another, almost got hooked. Gee. All right. There we go. Okay. Little surgery. That's not a bad fish. Beautiful. Okay, sir. You ready? You ready? Okay, he's coming back. There he goes. One. I think that's another bass. Oh, come here. Alright, it's got me buried. Alright. Let's see. There he is. Alright. Nice. Okay. Gee, they are taking this deep. Every single one wants to swallow it. Man. Okay. Alright. Some surgery on this guy too. Nice. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Nice. I gotta say, I'd love to show you some different baits, but if they're biting a worm, biting the worm, this guy is pretty toying. Let's get a different one. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to the natural. I'll just put these two bags right in front of me. Now, whenever I start with a new worm, I make sure that it floats true. You want the hook to be right in the center of the worm, center of weight, not necessarily the center of the worm, so that it floats down and gives it that wacky motion. I think that's what the bass are keying in on. That's one. Mm-hmm. I think that's another bass. This guy's hooked a little bit better. They're not too many any decent size, but the bite is at least consistent, which is phenomenal. Oops, I hooked you twice. Okay. Okay. And in this case, I'm just going to clip the line every time I hook. Because it's not worth it to the fish. Okay. Oh, Chuck, look at that guy. That is great. Beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice, sir. Thank you. So that really natural colored Senko, I only had to cast once to get a bite, whereas the dirt one with the chartreuse tail, I was casting it 3 or 4 times. So I think that's telling me that the fish are cluing in on the natural forage in this clear water. That's not a very big one, but Greg Blanchard would call those fish not net worthy, but I'm not in the habit of flipping fish, so especially with this presentation, it has some likelihood to go down into the gullet, which is what this one did. So again, I got it, and that comes out the front. Okay, pretty good. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, he's biting me. 3. There you go. Beautiful. For my rod setup, I'm using today a Fury series. This is a medium light, fast action rod. When you fish in this type of presentation, you always want to go with a rod that's got a fairly light tip. This hook is not amazingly big, and you're not trying to set the hook when you're going at the fish. You're trying to keep the fish pinned to the hook. So that's why you want to use a, I thought that was a fish, I think it was a weed. That's why you want to use that medium light type of rod. The Fury series, again, this is a nice economical rod. I break a lot of rods, so I don't like to spend a lot of money on them. But you can go fancy real quick, but the cost just goes out of control. And you can get the same amount of control and casting distance and sensitivity. There's a lot of quality materials out there, and I think sometimes they use the same blanks for the fancy rods that they do on the intermediate rods, and a lot of it is branding. That was a bite? No. But a really nice rod. Where I do spend a little bit more money is the reel. This is a Shimano, I think it's Ultegra brand. Intermediate reel. I like for my spinning reel, I like something with a drag that I can set. It allows the fish to run with it and doesn't put my line at risk. A really nice reel, all-around reel. I try not to get them wet ever, but occasionally I do. I've gotten this guy wet, I think, twice, and it's held up pretty well. I think something was pecking at it. Let's check the action on this guy. Yeah, he's still good. Okay. I think a bluegill might have been pecking at it. Seeing if they're a little bit shallower too. I have that on some old braid. This is actually a 15-pound braid. I think it was some brand, Passive Fun or something. It was a pretty good braid. It's lasted me a good while, but I go 15-pound braid, and then I actually tip it with 15-pound fluorocarbon. Now you would say that that's a pretty heavy fluoro, but I like a fluorocarbon that can hold up a little bit to a little bit more. I'm fishing in heavy cover. Sometimes you got toothy fish in here. Last night I caught a bowfin. You never know what you're going to catch, so I err on the side of a little bit thicker. I did downsize my presentation to a lighter fluoro a few weeks ago. I caught them about the same, so. For a drop shot, I think you want to go a little bit lighter, and that lets the lure really give it that nice presentation. All right, I think we have drifted off the fish, so we're going to make a change here. I don't have my graph on today, but I do like that graph. It's pretty basic. Again, economy. You don't need to spend tons of money. Let's get him in here. Little guy. Okay. There you go. Ooh, it's feisty. Nasty. That's fantastic. Beautiful little fish. There you go. This guy lost it. Okay. Yeah. That guy wasn't chomping on it, but he was moving. Woo! Okay, alright. Usually you feel a tap, 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 but I didn't feel a tap, I just saw it moving. That one. Yeah, you like the chartreuse. Okay, ooh, another little nasty guy. Nice. Oh, it peed on me. Thank you, sir. Alright, here we go. Beautiful little fish. Oh, this guy's a little bit better. Don't jump on me. Oh, I thought he was better. Yeah, come here. Jeez, these guys have spit. Okay. Let's see how you're hooked. Yep, little gut hook. Okay. Alright, there we go. Beautiful little bass. This guy was full of spit. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's gonna need 4. There you go. Come on. There he goes. Fantastic. Good for you, man. Need a little bit more for that Lowrance to have a GPS function on it. Yeah, we are just catching them up today. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Man, no monsters today, though. Gosh, I'd love a monster. Sorry, camera. I think you got a little moisture on you. Okay. No monsters, but pretty good ones. There we go. Let me put them down. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, he wants to go. Boy, he gave me a little bit of a shower. Look at that guy. Look at the lateral line on that guy. Beautiful. All right. Off you go, Spitfire. think this worm might have one more fish in it. I had one on there the whole time. Okay. Little guy. Okay, we are not finding the big fish, unfortunately. Okay, little guy. Beauty. Oh, he's ready. He's ready. Watch this. Oh, yeah, bite me a little bit more. Oh, these fish are just upset at me. It's great. Little tip when fishing this technique. Your boat positioning is important. But what's even more important is making sure that you're casting as far away from the boat as possible. Because when you're presenting that, especially in a case where you've got clear water, you're making that presentation. You want to make that, somebody took my bait, I think that was a rock bass. You want to be able to make that presentation from as far away as possible, so they don't see you coming, essentially. And the further away you cast, that's what the pros do. The pros, when they're casting, I mean, they chuck that thing out there, man. They go as far as they can. If you're fishing 9 feet from the boat, you're not doing it right. You want to go as far away as possible. You kind of want to know what the structure looks like, what you're casting to. And then you need pretty light braid like what I'm using today to be able to feel those bites. Oh man. Cast it a little bit further than what you're casting right now. You'll feel them. You'll still be able to feel them and you'll catch more bass. Okay. See, that's not centered correctly. I don't want to cast it back over there because I think there are rock bass over there. There's one. That's a bass. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a little bigger. I think that's one of the better ones we've got today. Look at that. Okay. Let's see here. Yep. That's pretty good. Look at that guy. Nice. This beautiful color. Beautiful eyes. Look at that guy. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yep. That's one. Yep. Okay, come here. Ooh, this guy wasn't done fighting. I didn't want him to let This is a little grassy section. Didn't want to let him run there. Ooh, you were hooked yesterday, I think. There we go. Alright. Boom. Another all about the same size. 1, 2, 3. There he goes. That was one. Nice. Come on. Jeez, okay. Inhaled it again. Holy smokes. Guys. That's not a bad one. Nice. That one's about 16 inches. That's great. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and retie. There's a little bit of roughness right there. You know, sometimes I see guys use a ball swivel and then a looks like a little paper clip type thing to clip their baits on. I know it's there for convenience, but I kind of like the hand-tied knots a lot better because that gives you a little more freedom of action for the bait to move around and keep it looking natural. And in a presentation like this one, where that presentation is so critical to getting solid bites, that'd be my recommendation, is tie everything with knots. And then the other thing is you want to retie frequently because you know, knots fail, and actually my knots typically don't fail, my line fails from where it gets cut up by the fish, so, or the structure it goes over. So uni knots, no cheaters, and keep that line pretty fresh. That's okay. Well, maybe the bite's not off. Oh, he's just not fishing the right spots. The weed line that comes in like that into the sandbar. That's one. Nice. Okay, well, I may have found where they moved to. This guy's medium. Small. Come here. Okay. Jeez. Alright, I'm gonna lose you too because I didn't net you that. Okay. Ooh, he just had a big crawdad come out of his mouth. Wow. Alright, I bet if we put something that imitates a craw, we get something. Jeez. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, I gotta take a picture. Picture of this guy. Alright. Get you a breath. Yep. Nope. Yeah, he took my bait. Well, I'm gonna run out of Senko.